Lab number 1 regarding static ether channels. At switch A, configure an ether channel with 4 ports. Down configure switch VJet. Check your ether channel status, and you will come across ether channel inconsistency detection. Let's see what is that all about. And let's configure ether channel only on this side. Interface port channel 1. I will make it trunk. And then we'll add, at this point, I only have the port channel. Without any interface belonging to it. So I'm going to do an interface range, here 003, switch port trunk, encapsulation .1q, switch port, model trunk, switch port, non-negotiate, and channel group 1 mode on. Using on, I will use static. So for a few seconds, the ether channel will come up. S means that it is operating in layer 2. Up, it is up, and all the interfaces are participating, even though the other side is not configured as either channel. So what will happen here is that spanning tree will detect a loop, because you have one interface on one side and many interfaces on the other side. So this is an ether channel inconsistent detection. So a spanning tree protocol will put my interfaces in error disable mode. So I'm going to try to fix this. I'm going to enable port channel on the underside. Uh, Channel group 1 mode on. Okay, I'm going to do on this side, I'm going to delete the ether channel. To make sure that the spanning tree leaves me alone. And notice that every time you delete a port channel interface, this will disband all the individual interfaces. And when this happens, your individual interfaces will come into administratively down mode. So remember that if you delete the port channel, all member interfaces will be placed in administratively shutdown mode. So let's create the port channel again. Channel group 1 mode on. So that should bring my ether channel up now. interface stats. Disable. Oh, I forgot to use the not shutdown command. For the interfaces that were placed in shutdown mode after I disband my Ether channel. So it should be up on this side and it should be up on the other side. Okay, next action item. Number 2, at switch V, shut down a port, view status on both sides. Okay, let's see what happens when you shut down a port, probably 3, shut down. So in this side of the bundle, the Ether channel shows me that the port is in shutdown mode, capital letter D, and the other side will not detect it because it is not a dynamic protocol. This emulation happens to have this behavior. If you shut down an interface on one side, the emulation does not detect that, and in the other side, the port will remain up. So this is a good thing because you can emulate what happens in real life with fiber connections. When you have fiber connection, if the other side goes down, it not necessarily means that your side will come down. So this is one of the downsides of using static Ether channels. This port remains as P as participating, whereas the other side is D, down. Okay. Action number 3, restore your Ether channel and validate the spanning tree. Let's see what happens when we have a Ether channel working normally. Let's restore gigabit Ethernet 3 and do a show spanning tree. Show spanning tree. Okay, the port channels operates as if it were a single interface. The individual interface are not shown here. That goes from 0, 0 to 0, 3. So that is something you have to remember. Same on the other side. It is only one interface participating. Okay. At switch A, action number, this should be the action item number 4, and this should be action item number 4. At switch A, configure your Ether channel as strong and configure your Ether channel as access. Okay, switch A is already configured as strong, so I'm going to change only switch V to become access. Okay, so let's go to switch V and configure interface port channels. Now the configurations that you must create must go into the port channel, not into the individual interfaces. Switch port mode access. Okay, I can verify that with show interface port 1 switch port. It is now operating in access mode. So this side is operating as strong and the other is operating as access. So what should happen here is that spanning tree should, I'm not sure if it's spanning tree, but the IOS will have to detect that a BPDU is coming into an access interface, and we'll have to place this interface into what is the status? I forgot. Type inconsistent mode. Okay, we should have type inconsistent mode. I don't know if this was detected or not yet. This is we should see here type inconsistent mode, because let's try to force it. Let's try to recalculate spanning tree. Let's say that this is the spanning tree, VLAN 1, root, primary. Well, it didn't happen here, but it should. Maybe because of the emulation, because I'm having on this side show port channel 1 is I'm going to reset the interface to see if that show Etherchannel primary. It is up switching. I'm going to reset the interface port channel. I'm trying to get into that. That should be detected automatically. Shoot down. No shoot down. Okay. Okay, now spanning tree kicked in, and it detects that you have an trunk on the other side and a switch and an access port on this side, and we'll put this into inconsistent mode. Okay, for some odd reason it restored. I have seen this happening before. This is weird. Port channel 1 shut down. It should remain in port inconsistent mode. Show spanning tree interface port 1. It is still transitioning. It will take 50 seconds, but this should remain in port inconsistent mode. But anyways, spanning tree interface port 1. Oh, okay. Next action item. Configure your Ether channels as layer 3. Use 10.1.1.1 and 10.1.1.2. Check spanning tree status and check ARP cache. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna switch my Ether channel interface port channel. No switch port. IP address 10.1.1.1. Oh, the mask is this. Then interface port channel 1. No switch port. IP address 10.1.2. 200.5.0, and you should be able to ping. It is not working. Let's see if the port channel is up. It lost the interfaces when I did change. Interface range, here it's 0, 0 to 3. No switch port. Channel group 1 mode. Okay, sorry, channel group 1 mode on. No shoot down. I'm gonna do this because this should happen. This thing that when you change something, you lose your interfaces. Okay, I lost my interfaces here. Interface range, gigabit 0 to 3. no switch port, channel group 1, mode on, no shutdown. Okay, let's see how we're going on this side. So Etherchannel summary, routing and up, all are participating. So Etherchannel summary, routing and up, all are participating. Let's try pinging the other side. Okay, now I can ping the other side. Excellent. Show spanning tree. The interface is no longer showing up because it's not in layer 2 mode, so spanning tree ignores it. It is becoming a layer 3 boundary for this domain, so it will not participate in spanning tree. And you can see in show ARP that you are learning the MAC address of the other switch that corresponds to the other switch IP address. Okay, that's it. Great lab.